Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 22 with the Orlando Magic. So if you remember last time, we left off, if we look at our schedule, we got off to a pretty slow start. We were, you can see 8-10 here. We were 10-10. Yeah, we were 8-10 at our worst. And we have since gone on a 15-2 run since that 8-10 start. We made a deal right at the end of the episode to pick up Matisse Thybulle as a defensive thing. We traded Jamal Johnson, who was our number one pick a year ago, and Kelly Olynyk for Thybulle. So hopefully that will help improve our defense, as that is someplace we're struggling. We're first in the NBA in scoring, second in offensive rating, but our points per game, we are 27th in points per game, and we don't particularly have a great defense. Thybulle, Maurice Williams, who was our draft number one pick this year, is out for the season. So our two best defensive players are both off the bench, in Thybulle and Graham. Levine's okay. Jones doesn't play much. Morris is only playing right now because Suggs is hurt. Williams doesn't play a lot. Capella's okay. But I would say our two of our best scorers in Suggs and Grunman are not particularly good defensively. So we're just not a great defensive team. So we'll see how the next month or so goes and then decide if we need to make another move. Like, it might not be a bad idea to think about packaging Floyd and Thomas for an elite defensive player, an elite defensive big man. If you go to player search, just get rid of all of the other filters. Yeah, okay. I know, I clicked ahead too hard. And then okay, so what is this thing doing? What is this doing right now? All right, it's being difficult. Let's go back here. I think I was clicking too fast is my problem. If we get rid of the point guards, we get rid of the shooting guards, we get rid of small forwards, and we get rid of power forwards, that leaves us with our centers. I mean, we can make a run at Miles Turner, maybe. What's he making? He's making $22 million. I mean, it would require some fancy finagling. We could pick up Nick Claxton. He's making a lot of money, too. Zubac is somebody we talked about last episode, I believe. He might not be a bad player to pick up, but again, all these players are making a lot of money. Maybe Travis Ruddock. He's not a great rebounder. He's not really great at anything, but he's very good defensively. So something we will think about as we get closer to the trade deadline, which is a month away. And speaking of a month away, let's get there. So our first game of this episode is at home against the Knicks. Let's see how that goes. 103-89 victory. So we continue to win. Oh, and we get Jalen Suggs back in 6 days. That's the other thing. We lost him for about a month and a half. He comes back in 6 days, which is nice. It'll allow us to move Morris back to the bench. But 32 points for Levine. Capella, 16 and 15. Not a great game for Grunman, but defensively, we held the Knicks to 6 first quarter points. I'll take it. All right. Good start to this episode. Another win. So this episode might be a little bit shorter. We'll see if maybe we get through like the end of February or something like that. And then next episode we can do the rest of the regular season and hopefully the postseason. So a huge game here. We're a half game behind the Heat on the road. This would move us ahead of the Heat in the division. And we have an injury. Who is hurt? Oh, good. So we're without Levine for this one. That should be fun. Yeah, I don't see how we win this game, but we'll put Thybulle out there. We'll let him get the start at shooting guard. We'll just swap him and him. Derek Jones will get some playing time, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're very, very shallow for this one as we're missing our entire starting backcourt, and it shows in a 104-89 loss. So that's a tough loss. It's a game we would have liked to have won. Yeah, we just didn't have the offense. Grunman was forced to take 25 shots. He scored 24 points, but Thomas with a good game off the bench, but yeah, that wasn't the game for us given the injury status of our starting backcourt. All right, so we're at home against the Hawks now, but we should have Levine back, so we can swap Thibault and Jones, and then we can swap Jones and Levine. Suggs is back in 3 days. And we are at home against the Hawks. 126 to 108. So offense cruising in this one. Grunman with 30. He doesn't do much other than score. I mean, he's only averaging 5.5 rebounds. He's 6'10", and he only averages 5.5 rebounds a game, 1.7 assists, but he can get buckets, and that's what we need. Pepper with a nice game. Capella with another good game. Levine with 20 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Poor shooting game, but played well otherwise. So I think our next game, we have Suggs back. Is it this game? Is it this date? Or is it tomorrow? Oh, we get Jalen Suggs back. Let's go. Graham stays in as the point guard. Morris. Yeah, we're just going to stick like that. All right, so we get Jalen Suggs back here for this home game against the Timberwolves. And it's a 126 to 116 victory. So there's a nice January addition to our roster, right? Someone who scores 21, 6, and 5. We get him back. And he has 22 points and 6 assists in his return. Levine with 24. So 3 of our scorers scored more than 20. Of our starters scored more than 20 points. Pepper had 15. Capella had a double-double. So we continue to play well. But yeah, I think if we need anything, we need a good defensive big man who can play kind of the 4 and 5 and back up Grunman and Capella at the center spot. On the road now against the Bucks, 124 to 107. So we continue to win basketball games. Defense still not great and give up 117 points, but to a Bucks team without Giannis these days. But we still managed to win. We put up almost 50 points in the fourth quarter, 36 for Levine. Graham had 15 points in 16 minutes. Thomas is pretty good, but he's put up some good numbers off the bench. But defense is so important in this. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking about the more I'm leaning towards trading Floyd and Thomas. On the road now against the Celtics. Another win, 108-101, 44 for Mr. Levine. 41 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals for Zach. Grunman had 15, Suggs with 14. All right, let's keep going. Let's check the standings. Let's see where we are standings-wise. We were in 3rd place to start the episode. We're now in 2nd, 2.5 games behind the Hornets, who have won 6 in a row, 9 out of 10. The Hornets are they're not that good, but defensively, the Hornets are, and I said this when we were looking at the preseason rosters and stuff. I said this team is going to be really difficult to play against, as they have LaMelo Ball, Marcus Smart, Kelly Oubre, Tony Bradley. They have a very, very good defensive team. I would love Bradley. He would be perfect for what we want, but there's no way I guess realistically that the Hornets would trade him to me. So so very good defensively. We have the offense, they have the defense. So we'll play about another week, and then we'll pause and think about what we want to do from a trade perspective, as we are at home now against the Pistons. 115 to 96. We were 8 and 10. So that's 21 and 3 in our last 24 games. Another good game from Levine, another good game from Suggs, who looks like he's finally back. I mean, His scoring was down a little bit once he came back from injury, but right now looks pretty good. 17 rebounds for Darian Pepper. Averaging 10 and 8.5 as a rookie. Grant with 13 off the bench. Thomas with another 10 off the bench. I am recording. Yes, I am. All right, on the road against the Wizards now. Another victory, 112 to 105. 34 for Zach. Another double-double for Capella. Grunman not shooting particularly well, only 6 of 20, but does have 20 points and 11 rebounds. Some good contributions from the bench offensively. Another big one on the road against the Pacers. And we've got an injury. Suggs. How long is he out for? 3 days. Okay. Can we win this one? No. We lose 114 to 107 on the road to the Pacers. Grunman with another tough shooting game. Everybody with a tough shooting game. 8 of 23 for Levine, 4 of 19 for Grunman. That ain't getting it done. All right, well, we have an off day today. Hopefully we don't have a game tomorrow, and that means Suggs only loses. Yeah, Suggs is only going to be out for 1 game, so that's good. All right, let's get him back in there now. Morrison, Suggs. Oh, and I need him playing more than 28 minutes. I think that's part of the problem. I never re-increased his minutes after he came back from injury. So we will do this, and then this, and then... Yeah, we'll leave it like that, I think. All right, let's store that. On the road against the Hawks. Now, back-to-back road losses, not particularly good. That was a bad loss. We lost by 20. Pepper with a bad shooting game. Suggs 30 points. That's his best game best game since coming back. All right, so we got the Bulls. So let's pause. So the Hornets are 34 and 12. We are 30 and 15. So that's 2.5 or 3.5 games. 3.5 games. They've won 8 straight. So we're 3.5 games out. Only a half game up on the Heat. We have the 3rd best record in the East right now, behind the Cavs and the Hornets. So let's look for that defensive big man and see what we can do to try to land it. Yeah, I mean, they're all... I mean, Tony Bradley's the perfect player, but again, he's not. They're not going to trade him to me from Charlotte, so that's not going to happen. Jared Allen, he's probably making $20 million. Yeah, I don't know that I have the money to make a deal like that work. Jacob Poeltl's making $18 a year. Ruddock. Zubac was making 15 with the Knicks. Is there some way we can make that work? Zubac. Yeah, I don't know that I have the finances to get that done. I mean, I could gut the bench. I could trade Derek Jones. I could trade Joe Harris, Monty Morris. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. I mean, Ruddock is the cheapest. It's like squirm around in my chair. I apologize for that. Guys, hang on just a second. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. And it's January 23rd, and what are we doing? We're trying to come up with a trade. Trying to come up with a way to improve our defense. That is right. So the Heat won't trade with us. Man, I really want Tony Bradley. I mean, this seems, I don't want to say shady, but I mean, is there any way I can get Tony Bradley from you? Any way at all? Where is he? Right there. All right, so if I start with him, yeah, see, the advantage automatically goes over to the Hornets, and that's fine. I am okay with that. So if we do this, let's see if we can do it without giving up Floyd. And we give up him, and we give up him, and who else? And we give up him. So Floyd, Jones, Harris, and Williams for Tony Bradley. I mean, that really does gut our I mean, not that it's a huge deal. I mean, it's Joe Harris. I mean, will they make this deal? Okay. Well, in the scheme of things, in terms of real life basketball, that's fairly unrealistic. But shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I clicked the wrong button. All right, so we need some bench players now. So what do we need? So we have Bradley to back up the 3 and the 4, or the 5, basically. Graham backing up our point guard. Thibault. So we need a small forward and a power forward. Yeah, so I mean, it's, from a again, a real life perspective, that's not uber realistic, but I mean, whatever. I don't really care. I'm just trying not to get fired, so we can just resign. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna resign Grant Williams. They cut him. That's fine. I know technically, I don't think in real life they're allowed to do that, so there are some glitches in the system here, so to speak. But let's look at small forwards. Who's the best scorer out there? I'm not bringing back Harris. I'm not going to do it. 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 I want to bring in somebody who's a little better defensively. So we're going to go Kellen Martin. And who's the best defensive player out here? Jerome Barnes, a 91, 1-star, 25-year-old. Can't rebound. It can only play defense. That's interesting. Aaron Scott. Yeah, we'll bring in Scott to fill Floyd's position. All right. So, I would say normally if we weren't kind of up against it in terms of we either fix it or get fired kind of thing, I probably wouldn't have made a deal like that. But given where we stand, I feel like I didn't have much of a choice. Or not even much of a choice, but I feel like it's something I needed to do because I don't want to lose my job. So let's we have to reset everything here. So and we are on a 2-game losing streak, so now's as good a time as any, I guess. Let's reset all of these. So we're not quite as deep at small forward. We don't have Joe Harris anymore, but I think that's okay. All right, so Thomas and Bradley. So can either of them? So Thomas can shoot from the outside. So he'll back up at the 4. I think that makes the most sense. So Thomas will come in here, here, and here. And then he'll come in here, here, and here. I like to give all my bench players 12 minutes, and then if I want to add from there, I can. So I think Bradley will actually give a little bit more too. 12, 10, and go like that, and go 16 for him. Graham is my backup point guard. He'll come in here. And then he'll come in here like that. Thibault is going to be my backup 3 and 4. So he'll come in like that. Pepper will play that whole first quarter. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Like that. that works. So we got Thomas playing 12 minutes, Bradley playing 16, Graham playing 12, and Thibault playing... I don't know if I want Thibault playing 24 minutes. Let's do that. Let's bring Graham in as the 2-guard there. And let's run with that. Let's see how this works out. So we're 30-15. We are on the road against the Bulls, and we win 103-98. What do we got? So Suggs with 21, not a great shooting game, but went to the line, was 13 of 13 from the line. A good game from Grunman, 26 and 10. Graham with 14, Bradley with 10 off the bench. Okay. So yeah, like I said, if we weren't in a position where we were going to lose our job, I probably wouldn't have made that deal. But given where we were, I'm fine with it. All right, so we're at home against the Hornets. A huge game here against the top seed, and we win 111-96. Win going away. Let's go. So Bradley against his former team fouls out in 9 minutes. Okay, that's a thing. Thomas with 20 points. Grunman 24. Levine with 16. Suggs only with 10. But we win. We win. That's the important thing. We win by 15. See, I think we're going to get to the end of February here, and that'll be the end of this episode. So we're at home again against Brooklyn, and we win by 2. All right, so we've righted the ship, and I thought I just saw Brandon Ingram requesting a trade. Is that what I saw? Yeah, Brandon Ingram demanded to be traded. 114-112 victory here. 27 for Grunman, 23 for Suggs, 25 for Levine. So we have 2 elite defensive stoppers off the bench. I almost want to move one of them into the starting lineup, but there's nobody to replace. Like, I wouldn't put Bradley in for Grunman. I mean, I wouldn't put Bradley in for Capella, and I certainly wouldn't put Thibault in for Levine. And Pepper's not a good enough scorer to be that guy off the bench. So I think we just run with elite defense off the bench and just shut down the other team's second units. I think that's probably the plan. All right, at home against the Suns. Another victory, a 30-point win over Phoenix. I wonder if we make a 20-rebound game for Capella. 13 offensive rebounds, 16, 20, 5 assists, 5 blocks. Wow. I wonder if we make, and we're getting way ahead of ourselves here, but if we make the NBA Finals and lose, like, is that enough to keep our job, or do we have to win it all? And I guess we'll see. Hopefully. All right, so no game here at the end of January. So we'll check out stats and stuff at the end of the month. All right, so we are at February 1st. Let's save. Yeah, I found that the 2 most important stats in this game are scoring and your defensive ability. You can have below average inside and outside shooting, but if you're scoring, like I have a player in my Minnesota Timberwolves playthrough whose inside shooting is like a 75, his outside shooting is like a 50, and his free throws are a 50, but his scoring is a 99, so he averages like 22 a game. So scoring and then defensive ability, I think, are the 2 single stats that make the biggest difference. So if we look where we are, end of January, we have 3 20-point-a-game guys, Levine, Grunman, and Suggs. All of them shooting pretty well. They're above average from three-point land. They're all shooting over 80% from the line, all shooting over 41% from the floor. So, yeah, I mean, pretty good balanced scoring. I don't want to say balanced scoring, but our 3 top scorers are pretty solid. Capella's given us exactly what we needed him to, 10 points, almost 13 rebounds a game. Pepper's having a nice rookie season. Can't really shoot the ball all that well, but just under 10 points, 8.5 rebounds. Monty Morris done a nice job in that backup point guard role. Roy Thomas having a good year. I'm glad we were able to pick up Bradley without giving up Thomas. Thomas's shooting, his outside shooting, is good enough that he can play the 4. His scoring is really bad, so he's never going to be a high-volume guy, but his outside shooting is enough that he can be the backup 3 and 4. Graham has done a really nice job, 38% from three-point land. Thibault and Williams are there for defense. So things are looking okay for us right now. We are still in second place, but now just a game out of first. We're 2 games up on Miami, and from a conference perspective, we have the 3rd best record, only 2 games out of first. So another good month for the Magic. We were 8-10 at one point. So that means 26-5 in our last 31 games. I'd say that's a pretty good stretch. So we're coming up on the trade deadline. I think we're done. I don't think there are any more moves we're going to make. I don't think there's anybody I want to put on the is there anybody I want to put on the trade block? I don't think so. I really don't think there is. I'm pretty okay with that. So, all right, let's get through February. At home against the Rockets, 109-94. So Pepper and Thibault suffer injuries. Wonderful. How long is Thibault out for? 13 days, and Pepper is out for 9 days. Okay, that's not great, but I think we have the All-Star game coming up. If we look at our schedule, yeah, we really don't. So they're going to miss all of these games here. Ugh, okay, that sucks. So down 2 of our rotation guys for the next 2 weeks isn't ideal, but we will survive. 26 for Suggs and Levine. It just means Grunman's gonna have to. It means our 3 big time scorers are gonna have to score more. Graham will get some additional playing time, and I don't know, Thomas, I guess, will get some additional playing time. We'll adjust the rosters here momentarily once we get to our next game, which is right here against the Mavericks. All right, so Suggs is out too. Okay, that's a problem. That is a problem. How long is he out for? 3 days. Shoot. Okay. So Pepper's playing small forward. I guess we start Grant. That's ugly. That is ugly. Let's do this. So Grunman's at 38 minutes now. So if we put that, let's do this. Oops. Let's do that. Okay. Hell. Okay. I got to get all of Thibault's minutes off of here somehow. I guess we do it like this. I guess we do it like that, right? And then we come here and we go shooting guard. Actually, I think we go shooting guard. Point guard. We go small forward, small forward, small forward. Power forward, power forward. Power forward. And then I guess shooting guard, shooting guard. Yuck. Okay. So we're going to be leaning on Graham and Levine here as we are at home against the Mavericks. And yeah, that's a bad loss. This could be a rough stretch for us here, guys. This could be a rough stretch. 15-point loss. And Graham doesn't play well. Yeah, that's good. If Levine shoots 5 for 21, we don't have much of a shot. That's for damn sure. But I think we get Suggs back now, right? Oh, he's out for one more day, so he's going to miss this game too. Crap. All right, at least we're at home. There we go. 107-92. That's a huge win. Kyrie Irving traded for Mikal Bridges, I just saw. Big win for us there. Levine with 24. 21 for Grunman. Let's get Mr. Suggs back in the lineup. And then Graham can switch with Morris. And I feel a little bit better about that. So Pepper's out for 4 more days. Thibel's out for 8 more days. Okay. And we win. Win's a win. League media, let's look at some of the trades. Transactions. That's where I wanted to go. Okay. Malcolm Brogdon traded for Harrison Barnes in a second. Cookie Levette, Joe Wieskamp, and Jacob Poodle for a first and a second. Kyrie Irving traded for Mikal Bridges and a second. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we get Suggs back for this road game against Philadelphia, and that's another loss. Lots more deals and another injury. Who got hurt now? Grunman's out for 12 days. Mother. Gah. Okay. Game is sticking it to me now. At least we get a couple of days off here. Does that mean we get somebody back before our next game? We are home against the Pacers. Do we have anybody back for this one? Pepper's out for 1 more day. Thibel's out for 5 more days. Oh, good. Suggs is hurt again. What do I do? Grunman for Martin, I suppose. And then Suggs. And we're going to get absolutely trounced with this lineup. At home against the Pacers. And we win. 105-98. Let's go. That's any win we can secure while shorthanded, I am all for. Look at the bench. Bench mob getting it done. 38 points out of Morris, Bradley, and Thomas. Levine with 25. Capella 16 and 18. We have an off day today. I think we get somebody back for this one. Who do we get back for this one? Pepper. All right. So we will immediately put Pepper back in the lineup. And we will bump his minutes up. And we still are... Actually, I think I want to swap Martin and Grant Williams. I want Williams out there. So Suggs is out for 1 more day. Thibel's out for 3 more days. Okay, so we're without Suggs for this game on the road against the Bucks. And it's another victory. So the fact that we're winning shorthanded makes me feel really, really good right now. Another good game from Thomas and Bradley off the bench. All 5 starters in double figures. Look at Grant Williams putting up a 12, 5, and 4 line. Let's go, Grant. 31 for Zach. I think we have another game today. We do against the Bulls. Who's back? So we get Suggs back. So Morris and Graham, and then Morris and Suggs. Thibel is back tomorrow. Grunman's out for another week. Okay. So we get Thibel back after this game against the Bulls, which is a 106-95 victory. So Pepper comes back and picks up 13 rebounds in his first game back. 8 points, 13 rebounds. Suggs with 28, 5, 9, and 3. Capella 19, 13, and 5. Graham and Thomas, good games off the bench. Bradley, 8 points, 10 rebounds off the bench. I think we have the All-Star break coming up here, which is going to let us get healthy. Oh, we got one more game. One more game, and we have Thibel back. So let's go ahead and restore the lineup. And we will do this here and here, and then we will swap the minutes and the depth charts and do that. Thibault's back, Graham's back. Okay, so Grant Williams will get the start at power forward. Not going to play that much, though. Actually, I want to do this. Something like that. And then I want I want Thomas out there. Something like that. I mean, Thomas, no, I feel like going maybe with the two bigs right at the end is probably the way to go. So we go with Thomas, or we go with Bradley and Capella. Not going to give us much outside shooting. I mean, it's really for one game. It's just for this game against the Raptors, and we win 122-101. So we're 40-17 after starting 8-10. 26, 5, and 7 for Suggs. Another 20 rebound game for Capella. 17 points, 21 rebounds, 6 assists. All 5 starters in double figures again. All right. Are we in first place yet? Are we in first place at the All-Star break? We are. Wow, we are 3.5 games up on the Hornets. So that trade did not work out for the Hornets at all. I don't care. It's fine. It works for me. So let's see who wins the Ray Gibson wins the slam dunk, and Desmond Bane wins the 3-point shooting contest. We got the rookies and sophomores today. Roy Thomas got hurt in the game in overtime. The rookies beat the sophomores. Pepper is out there for the rookies. That's 15 points. For the sophomores, Thomas is out there, has 6 points. He's out for 14. He sprains his toe during the All-Star game. Because, of course, he does. All right. Now we got the actual All-Star game. Luka Doncic, 35 and 13 in the 181-169 win for the West. Did we have an All-Star? We didn't. We didn't have a single All-Star on our team. Interesting. Celtics had 3, right? Tatum, Fox, and Jaylen Brown. Yeah. Celtics had 3 starters. Tatum, Fox, and Brown on the All-Star team. Okay. Yeah, so I think we'll get, like I said, we'll get to the end of February, so it's only a week away. And then next episode will be the end of the regular season / postseason. So, yeah, I'm pleased with the way things have gone. We were 8-10. We're now 40-17. So 32-7 in our last 39 games, if I do the math right. On the road against the Timberwolves. So we got to make sure. So we get Grunman back, so we can restore the lineup now, which is nice. And then we will swap Thomas and Grant Williams, who I think has earned that playing time. Grant's doing a nice job for us defensively. And let's go post All-Star game here on the road against the Timberwolves. 118-100. Ooh, Brandon Ingram demanded a trade and then was seriously injured. I didn't see how long he was out for, but Grunman, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Suggs, 25. Levine, 25. Capella, a double-double. All right. Let's keep on moving. We got 4 days left in this episode. Can we win a couple more games? On the road now against the Suns. Another win. We only allow 70 points in this one. We only scored 90, and we win by 20. That works. They shoot 35% from the floor. Kyrie Irving now on the Phoenix Suns. Scores 7 points and commits 4 fouls in 16 minutes. I don't care. It's a great place for him. Suggs with 18 to lead the way. Double-double for Capella. Pepper with 12 rebounds. 15. That's a good line by Grunman. 15.6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. No fouls. Good game for Grundman. If we can stay healthy, we can make this work. And we are on the road against the Clippers now. Another game, just as I say that, Grunman goes down with an injury. So we win 95-83, but we lose Grunman again. How long is he out for? 11 days this time. Okay. 23 points for Suggs. Good bench scoring. Graham, Bradley, and Williams all score 10. A double-double for Bradley off the bench. Levine only shoots 3 for 18, yet we win the game. All right, so we do have a game, so we do have to make changes to the lineup, and I think it's just as simple as putting Grant Williams in. And then, so he's out for 4 more days. So who do we play at power forward? So I think we go power forward, and then I don't want Grant Williams playing 44 minutes a game. That's not a thing. I think we just do this. We just go with the 2 big. Go with the 2 big here. Like that for this one. The final game of the episode on the road against the Trailblazers, and it is a 111-100 win. We have won 8 games in a row. Suggs with 34. Capella 26-17. He's having a great season. He's actually, arguably, he's been more valuable to us than Ayton ever was. Pepper with a double-double. Zach continues to shoot poorly, but we continue to win. Bradley had 8. Okay. So let's save. We are at March 1st. Let's look at the standings. Let's look at the stats, and we will call it an episode. Standings, we are now 4 games up in the Southeast Division at 44-17. That is 36-7 in our last 43 games. Yep, 36-7 in our last 43 games. Second best record in the East behind the Cavaliers, which we are 2.5 back of third best record in the NBA. So I will take it. Statistically, we still have our 3 20-point-a-game scores in Levine, Suggs, and Grunman. Capella just has had a great season. Pepper's had a good rookie season. Yeah, not much has changed. I mean, Pepper, 10 points, 9 rebounds a game. He's been really good. Almost 2 steals a game. Thibault, only 4 points a game, but 2.5 rebounds, an assist and a half. An assist, a steal and a half, and a block per game off the bench. Yeah, so not much has changed here, but as long as Levine, Suggs, and Grunman are healthy come the postseason, I think we're in pretty good shape. We're down to 103 moves per game allowed, so that moves us up to 18th. We were at 25th when the episode started, so this is going the right direction. Our defensive rating is 11th, so our net rating is 2nd in the NBA, so we have been a very, very good team this season. League leaders. Jokic leads the NBA in scoring. Antetokounmpo, Morant, Doncic, and Williamson are your top 5. Assists per game. Young, Morant, Doncic, Simmons, and Anthony Edwards are your top 5. Really, 6 assists per game gets you into the top 5. Interesting. Okay. Rebounds per game. Capella leads the NBA in rebounds at 12.9. That's what I like to see. Blocks per game, Miles Turner leads the way at 4.4. There's Capella at 9. Steals per game, there's Pepper at 8th. How's Jonathan Isaac doing this year? 10 points for it? Yeah. I'm glad we made the move when we did, because those numbers are about half of what he was putting up with us. Field goal percentage, Capella leads the NBA in field goal percentage. 3-point percentage, Desmond Bane. Free throw percentage, Jimmy Butler. Player efficiency, John Morant. Capella is 13th in the NBA. Yeah, I knew he was having a great season. Double-doubles. There's Capella at number 13 with 27 double-doubles and triple-doubles. We don't have any triple-doubles this year. Let's look at team stats. So we are the second highest scoring team in the NBA behind the Cavaliers. Our field goal percentage is 3rd in the NBA behind Houston and Cleveland. 3-point percentage, we are 5th at 35%. Free throw percentage, we are towards the bottom. Yeah, 73%. Defensively, points allowed per game. We talked about this. We're at 103, so we're 11th now. Field goal percentage allowed, we are 42%, so that's towards the bottom. Miscellaneous stats. Assists per game, we are middle of the pack. Rebounds per game, we are, 7th? 8th? 7th? We turn the ball over a bunch. We're 4th in the NBA in turnovers per game, and we are 6th in the league in turnovers forced. So, it's another good episode for us. So next time we'll get through the end. We'll get through March. We'll get through April, and we'll get to what hopefully will be a successful postseason for us. So, guys, I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you thought of the deal we made, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.